welcome to another episode of Friend Outdoors.
On today's episode, we have moved into an area where we have seen several turkeys. We leave early and we get our decoy and our blind set up. As dawn approaches, we begin to hear some toms gobbling off in the distance. Eventually, we have a few toms begin to gobble closer to our setup. We make some soft calls and we wait for the toms to fly down. Once the toms are on the ground, we call a little bit more in hopes that we can get the toms to head our way. We can tell that we have 3 toms answering our calls, and a couple sound like they're getting closer. Will we get the toms into effective gun range? Here's what happens. We knew we were in trouble because the woods are so open and these toms couldn't see the hen that they'd heard calling. Eventually, I heard a hen calling down over the hill, and these two gobblers began to make their way in that direction. A little while later, we heard some more turkeys, and this group of jakes make their way up onto the point. After these jakes come up and had a look, they too made their way over the ridge to where we'd heard that hen calling.
We had two longbeards come in about 50 or 60 yards. They didn't like what they saw here, so they moved on around the ridge to our right, where we've been hearing another bird gobble. So we're just sitting here waiting for one to fire back up now.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Here's a quick recap of this hunt. On this particular morning when we moved into this area, again, it was pretty early in the season. We moved in, we did put one decoy out. Again, when it's early season, I like to use decoys anyway. It will distract the gobblers when they're coming in and give you an opportunity to move or whatever you might have to do. Again, we're in a blind, but it also helps us to capture more and better footage. When those gobblers actually come up that knoll into that road on that point, we sit up there a lot. And a lot of our videos, if you go back, that's where we were at, and we really like hunting there. But on this particular day, we sat back near the edge of the field and we watched as they come up there. The problem was, and you could see it pretty quickly, when they hit that road, they were probably 65, 70 yards away from us. And I had called probably just enough that they expected to see a hen. They did not see a hen. The decoy, if they saw it, obviously never moved. There were two of them, and they had too much time to think about it. And as you saw, they stood out there and gobbled a little bit. He strutted a little bit, but he refused to come in my direction. I had heard a hen over the hill yelping a little bit, and eventually those two gobblers turned and went down the hill towards them. Also in this video, I don't know if you could tell, but there was actually another gobbler to our right gobbling. You could hear us talking about it a little bit. We thought he was coming at one point. He didn't make it up there. So eventually, when we decided to leave around 11 o'clock, we had to go back toward the first bird, or this other bird we heard gobbling. So as we slipped down there, I did get him to gobble one more time. We set up for a little bit, and we hunted right up to the end of legal shooting time, but he decided not to come. And as we left, we saw a bunch of scratchings down there. So I think he was with hens also. Again, it was early in the season, so that was probably the case. We again hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please hit that thumb up like button. We really appreciate it. Think about subscribing to our channel. Again, it doesn't cost you anything, and it just helps us to grow. Again, on this channel, we have a lot of short videos. If you get some time, check that out underneath the Shorts tab. We'd like to thank our military personnel. Thank you for your service. Now for a preview of an upcoming episode on Friend Outdoor Adventures.